Our health and wellness segment today brings back Jeff Hills, who is the proprietor of Healthy Appetites in Plymouth, to talk about health overall. But today we're going to talk about digestion, immunity, and a few other things. So what's on your mind today?
Well, these are things we talk about this time of year all the time. Everyone's out at parties, they're eating things they don't usually eat, they're eating in weird situations, they're eating too much. So digestion is a big thing from Thanksgiving right to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things you can do to help if you've got some issues. Now the digestive tract starts right at the mouth and goes right, let's just call it to the other end. So right when you start chewing, your body starts secreting things to help you digest your food. So one of the things we don't often produce the way we should would be digestive enzymes. And their job is to do just what I said, to break the food from more complex things like carbohydrates and proteins and fats into things like simple sugars and amino acids and fatty acids, so your body can utilize them.
Sure.
So taking a digestive enzyme is great for people who say, I just ate a meal and I feel like I've got a brick sitting in my stomach.
Yeah.
That's going to help with that.
Okay.
It's also going to help have things not sit in your stomach, so you have less opportunity to just kind of have things come back up into the esophagus, acid reflux sort of things.
So what is a digestive enzyme that you could take?
Well, you could do anything that has the pancreatic enzymes, which would be lipase for fat, amylase for carbohydrates, protease for proteins. There's sort of other variations of the proteolytic enzymes, like bromelain is a popular one that's derived from pineapple. Papain is one that is derived from papaya. So you've heard people use papaya enzymes perhaps as an after meal thing.
These are all natural.
Yes, and they're just things that help. They work by helping you break down your food more efficiently. So that's a great thing to do. Acid reflux.
Yeah, that's very prevalent in our society now, or they talk about it more.
I think that those might be the most prescribed class of drugs at this point.
Right, the purple pill. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they come with their own set of problems. I mean, the ones that are the proton pump blockers have been linked to osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, heart disease.
There's always an offshoot to the good part.
You feel
as
better.
You see at the end of the commercials where they give all the things that could go wrong if you take this.
Yeah,
right.
And that might not be an all-inclusive list.
Right, right.
But that's something that I think you don't want to be on long-term, and we're finding that there's long-term issues. So what are the alternatives? One of the better ones is going to be something that a lot of people probably have never heard of, and it's orange peel extract.
Oh, from orange peels.
From orange peels.
Okay.
It's just what it sounds like. It's very, very, very effective. We're not 100% sure exactly what the mechanism of action is, like exactly how it helps.
Right.
But it seems to just coat the area that the acid would be impacting.
Great.
So you don't get the damage and you don't have the pain that you would get, or the discomfort you would get from having acid reflux.
Okay.
So that would be one of my favorite things for acid reflux. There are some great derivatives of the herb licorice. Now we think of licorice as a candy, but that got its name from the herb licorice.
Okay.
And licorice is fantastic for ulcers and acid reflux and sour stomach. But if you do licorice as licorice has a chemical in it called glyceric acid.
All right.
So when you get ones that you want to use for digestion, you want to get something called DGL. And the DG in the DGL stands for deglycerized licorice.
Okay.
So it's licorice, but it has this chemical taken out that will, can potentially make your blood pressure go up.
Okay, all right.
So you want to get that type, and that's a great way to go.
Okay. So this is all about the stomach and how we
this
can.
Is all.
Now, what about probiotics for the stomach? Because a lot of things go on in the stomach.
That's a really important thing. Now we mentioned immunity
and
about digestion.
Yeah, and we talked about probiotics before, but it's so important. So speak to that.
It's a vital thing.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on whose numbers you look at, it's between 70 and 80% of your immune system. So most of your immune system is the little bugs living in your intestines.
Which still people don't know that. So many people are not aware of that your immune system starts in your gut.
And it does.
Yeah.
And it's the majority of your immune system.
Yep.
And what do we typically do when we feel like we might have a bug in the winter?
Yeah.
Although this behavior is getting less and less prevalent, is people take an antibiotic.
Yeah, right.
You're doing yourself, potentially something good by maybe killing the thing that's causing the issue, but you're wiping out the stuff that's preventing you from getting sick in other ways.
Right.
And it has a huge impact on your digestion. So
right.
Probiotics are a great thing for this time of year because they're going to help you
right.
with your digestion.
Right.
maybe help keep you regular. Probiotics are great for people who are constipated,
Yep.
might go more. People who, go too much will hopefully go less.
Right.
It's
it
more
just
of a
regulates
balancing
your
thing.
system.
Exactly.
Right. Now, for young people and kids, they can take all this is natural, correct?
Yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, I haven't seen the orange peel extract used with kids, but
Okay.
it's not generally. I don't think a lot of kids have acid reflux.
Right.
But I've seen. I mean, we always recommend the probiotics for children.
Sure.
The digestive enzymes.
Yep.
Some of them are chewable, so
Yep.
those are used often with children.
Right.
There's other things that we would recommend for both digestion and immunity.
Yep.
That would be more specific to age. More often just because, older people might have needs that
Yep.
younger people
Don't
don't.
have, right.
Younger people might need to do things that are chewable or liquid, so
Right,
that might be a
right,
whole
right.
different set of things.
Now, so for the way people eat nowadays, on the chemicals and things that are in the foods these days, what do you do to offset that for your gut, for your belly?
The chemicals in the food, I mean, really, the best thing to do there is just avoid them.
Right.
I mean, as much as we can.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing this time of year.
Yep.
I mean, I'm very picky about what I eat, but I'm not going to go to a Christmas party
And have nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
going to go
right.
and eat all the same
Yep.
stuff everyone else
Yep,
does,
yep.
and pay for it in all the same ways
Yeah.
everyone else does.
Right.
But I think that the best thing is if you've got something bothers you or you're
Yep.
sensitive to,
Yep.
stay away from it.
Sure.
Big things I like to see people stay away from that's really tough this time of year would be things like the GMO
Yep.
grains. And that's, I think, more so for the stuff they spray on the GMO grains
Sure.
as opposed to the grains themselves.
Right. Right.
So I
right.
think those are things to avoid. In a lot of preservatives, I don't like any artificial sweeteners.
Yep.
Even
like the Truvia, Stevia, those things that are
those aren't really artificial.
Okay,
So when
so
you've
those
got
are
things
real.
like,
So if you-
like
right.
sucralose,
Yep, get things from nature.
and aspartame,
Yep,
those are going to be
yep.
the artificial
better
ones.
for you. Okay. So bottom line is, this time of year especially, you want to take care of your gut. You want to watch what you eat if you can.
Yes.
But if you can't, try to use natural herbs, ingredients to make yourself feel better.
I think you'd be better off if you did.
Always take a probiotic, and that's year round. Taking probiotics, correct? That's the best thing you
If you
can
have no
do.
digestive issues and
Right.
you're the healthiest person in the world,
Yeah.
it's still a great
yeah.
idea to do a
Right.
probiotic.
And it starts with a healthy lifestyle and healthy living.
Hopefully.
Right? I mean, that's where we start, and we go from there.
That's
okay.
right.
Excellent. Great advice as always. We'll have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jeff.